Tonight is the season finale for the Calgary Flames, and I gotta be honest, I am absolutely pumped for this one. For the first time pretty much this whole season, this game really is absolutely meaningless for the Flames, which means as Flames fans, we can sit back and relax and just watch our team play for the last time and enjoy it for the last time for the next few months. But that being said, there is still plenty to play for at an individual level. Welcome to Flames Digest. I'm Mark Griffith. If you're new around here and you love the Flames, make sure you subscribe because less than 20% of the people watching are subscribed. So if you want to stay up to date on all the latest news, updates, reports, and rumors revolving around the Calgary Flames, then make sure you join the fastest growing community of Flames fans on the internet. And quickly, before we get into tonight's season finale preview, I just wanted to give a quick shout out to the Armchair GM podcast. They were nice enough to have me on as a guest a couple of days ago, and that video went live, so make sure you guys go check them out and get them on that road to 100 subs. It was an absolute blast. As you guys know on this channel here, I obviously share my perspectives, but try and keep it as unbiased as possible just to say the news. But out on that podcast, I was able to share all of my personal perspectives. So if you want to see that, then make sure you go and check those guys out. They do some amazing stuff. But now let's get into the final game of the season. Yes, it has been a wacky one, to say the least, here for the Flames this season, you know, with all the uncertainty revolving around free agents, and if they were going to stay, then all the trade speculation and certain players being unhappy, to certain players having career years and really breaking out. This season really has had it all, other than obviously playoffs. We know that won't be happening. But going into tonight, it is game number 82, and the Flames are hosting the San Jose Sharks. That one will be at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. It should be an absolute blast because, yes, in a very small way, it does matter in the standings. If Calgary ends up winning and Seattle, well, if Calgary wins, they will be ninth worst in the league and have the ninth best odds. However, if they lose or just get less points than Seattle tonight, then Seattle will actually pass them in the standings and Calgary would be 8th to the bottom, which would give them 1% chance higher. We explained that on the video yesterday, but a 1% chance higher of winning the draft lottery, but really 1% doesn't make that big of a difference. So I think myself, as well as a lot of Flames fans, are just pumped that they can just enjoy watching this game tonight. It's against San Jose, so there's a good chance that guys can put up some big numbers, pad some stats here. We've seen San Jose not play very well lately, even against Calgary not too long ago when the Flames were on their West Coast road trip down in California. So hopefully it's a really good game. But there is still plenty to play for at an individual level for a lot of these guys now. Like I said earlier, a lot of the players are having career years. You know, we've seen certain people absolutely break out. Certain people like Sharangovich, you know, hit the 30-goal plateau, the first Belarusian to do that, and most points ever by a Belarusian in a season, passing Mikhail Grabovski. So, and there's other players who are chasing milestones as well. Now, going into tonight's game, we have someone back from injury. Blake Coleman back in the lineup for game 82 against San Jose. He's missed the last 4 games with an upper body injury. He's 1 goal away from his first career 30-goal season. Yes, he hasn't had the opportunity to hit that 30-goal mark lately as he has been injured, but he's slotting back into the lineup, which I think is great to give him a chance to go for 30. Obviously, he wouldn't be doing this if it was a nagging injury, because there's no reason to play hurt at this point in the season. But I think he's fully healthy, ready to go, and hopefully he can get to 30 because that would be exciting. But he is not the only one. Flames play game 82 tonight. Blake Coleman needs 1 goal to hit 30. Ditto for Nazem Kadri. He's also at 29 goals right now. MacKenzie Weegar, meanwhile, is 1 snipe shy of 20 from the blue line, which would also be an insane milestone for him to hit 20 goals this season, especially on this kind of Flames team. Coleman, with a wide grin, quoted this. He said this, 3-on-0. We'll see who gets the puck. See who likes who more, I guess. Wow. Got a little sense of humor there, and it would be very funny if that scenario does happen, or if there's an empty net towards the end of the night. I can't imagine the game will go that way, but let's say more than one of them is on, then who gets that goal? Hopefully all of them can hit their milestones. Maybe one player will set a record tonight, get like 11 points or something. Why not? Try your hardest. It's San Jose. This game's meaningless. But either way, honestly, I am stoked and I'm happy for a lot of these guys who have a chance to hit milestones and make a career year and make something really good out of this season that has, a lot of controversy, a lot of turmoil. The Flames have been down in the dumps at certain times, especially certain players. So to make the best of this season, the way, Kadri has turned it around in the past few months, Huberdeau in the new year has turned it around quite a bit. Sharangovich, Kuzmenko lately too has been absolutely insane. There's a few guys who, no matter what, they just haven't had a great season, and tonight's not going to change that. Guys like Rasmus Andersson, Andrew Mangiapane, and stuff like that. But maybe even if they, can get it going in this last game, then everything will be good. Remember, not too long ago, didn't Mark Jankowski get like 4 goals in the last game of the season one year? And that was the ideal last game of the season, just get a guy like Janko to get 4 goals and then have a career game kind of thing. That's what this is all about. And I'm very excited to watch the Flames play for the last time now. Obviously, I wish it wasn't the last Flames game of the season. I wish they'd be making a deep run into June. That's not the case this year, but that is okay. And I think probably tomorrow I'll be putting out a video just about kind of a review of the season, I suppose, and if the Flames did what they intended to do. Now, the one other guy I want to talk about for the season finale is Dustin Wolf. It is Wolfy time once again going into tonight's game. The last game of the season, it's against his hometown team, I guess you could say, grew up not too far south of San Jose. And as of right now, it is confirmed that he will be going ahead and dueling with Cooley. The duelie with Cooley for Wolf over in net. It should be a great matchup. Both teams obviously trying to get a younger goalie in and get that experience. And I'm glad Dustin Wolf is going in because he has been amazing since the trade deadline. Let's take a look at the stats here. Flames goalies since the deadline. This is from Ryan Pike on Twitter. Dustin Wolf, he's played 10 games. He's 5-4-0 with a 293 goals against average, a 900 save percentage, and a 905 save percentage at 5-on-5. Throw in the 5-on-5 save percentage because obviously you're going to be letting in more goals on the power play. I'm glad Pike added that to the tweet here, but pretty good record by Wolf there. Now you go down to Markstrom, 8 games played, 1-7, a 355 goals against average, 870 save percentage, but a 901 save percentage at 5-on-5. So not a great record. Markstrom, I really think that he is just so unhappy here. In that, I'm not saying he's playing bad in any way, but those numbers are not great. I mean, a 355 goals against average. Before the trade deadline, when he had a very good defense in front of him with Tanev and Hanifin, and you can even throw in Zadorov defensively at the beginning of the season, he was a Vezina candidate, and obviously that has slowed down quite a bit since the trade deadline. But it's great to see that Wolf has put up those numbers with this defensive core in front of him. And then the last one there, of course, is Dan Vladar. In 2 games, he's 0-2 with a 7.80 goals against average, an 827 save percentage, and an 810 save percentage at 5-on-5. Yeah, Dan Vladar didn't have a great last couple games of the season here, but come on, we love Dan around here. Who doesn't love Dan? And we wish him the best in his recovery from hip surgery. But I know a lot of people, maybe not a lot, but a certain section of the fan base think the goalie, the number 1 goalie going into next season should be Vladar if Markstrom gets traded. And I don't know, those numbers might change your mind. But maybe you're hardcore team tank, team rebuild, and you'd rather have a goalie who doesn't stop the pucks as much. Sorry, Dan, if you're watching. I really love you, Dan. But no, either way, it's great that Wolfie is getting another NHL start under his belt here, and hopefully he can really shine once again against his hometown team and really show that he is ready to be the number 1 goalie for the Flames. Now let's wrap up this video with the comment of the day. And it comes from a user who I think I made comment of the day just a few videos ago, but once again came out with an absolute banger of a comment, and it goes right with yesterday's video of Zary potentially being the number 1 center of the future for the Flames. And so, at TaterNuts1 said, 100% Zary can be a number 1 centerman. I also think that shouldn't stop us from drafting a center in the top 10. Make that position a strength with the big flexing arm emoji. Get that bicep going. And I completely agree. Connor Zary has the potential to be a number 1 center, not only for the Flames, but in the NHL in general. That being said, the more the merrier. It is always a position of need, it seems, for the Flames, literally since, the dynasty days, if you can call them that, in the late 80s and I guess early 90s as well. But center, why not get more with that hopefully top 10 pick? Well, I mean, it's guaranteed pretty much at this point, but with a top 10 pick, draft a centerman anyway and still develop Zary to be a center as well, especially if he's comfortable there. The more the merrier. You know, Kadri and Backlund won't be here forever, and it's just great to see that a lot of people do think the Flames need to develop at center, and why not draft more? The more, the merrier. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please subscribe if you like what you saw here today, and of course, enjoy the season finale tonight. Go Flames, go.